Okay, you guys, let's get started, shall we? Once knew. Water, water, water everywhere, making me think land is just something I once knew, like napping on a hammock, bathing without salt, watching Mother write, laughing for no reason, kicking up powdery dirt, and wearing clean nightclothes smelling of the sun. Brother Coy's secret. Brother Coy stinks. We can't ignore it. He stews and sweats in a jacket he won't take off. Forced to a sponge wipe twice a day, he wraps the jacket around his waist. He keeps clutching something in the left pocket, where the stench grows. Neighbors complain, even the ones 8 mats away, saying it's bad enough being trapped in putrid hot water made from fermented bodies and only sweat must everybody also endure something rotten. Finally, Brother Vu holds Brother Coy down and forces him to open his hand. A flattened chick lies crooked, neck dangling off his palms. A chicken had not a chance after we shoved for hours to board. Brother Coy screams, kicks everything out of our mats. Brother Quang carries him above deck. Quiet. Last respects. After 2 weeks at sea, the commander calls all of us above deck for a formal lowering of our yellow flag with 3 red stripes. I love 3 red stripes. South Vietnam no longer exists. One woman tries to throw herself aboard, screaming that without a country she cannot live. As they wrestle her down, a man stabs his heart with a toothbrush. I don't know them, so her pain seems unreal next to Brother Coy's, whose eyes are as wild as those of his broken chick. I hold his hand. Come with me. Come. The river route. We escaped bombs, but missed the rescue ships. The commander decides the ration is now half a clump of rice only at morning and night, and 1 cup of water all day. Sip, he says, and don't waste strength moving around because it's impossible to predict how much longer we will be floating. The moon. During the day, the deck belongs to men and children. At nightfall, women make their way upon. In single files, they sponge bathe and relieve themselves behind blanket curtains. I always stand in line with Mother. Every night she points upward. At least the moon remains unchanged. Your father could be looking at the moon. Your father could be looking at the same round moon. He may already understand. We will wait for him across the world. I feel guilty, having not once thought of father. I can't wish for him to appear until I know will be. A kiss. The horn on our ship blows and blows, waking everyone from a week-long nap. A sure answer, honk honk, seems close enough and real enough to call everyone on deck. A gigantic ship with an American flag moves closer. Men in white uniform wave and smile. Our commander wears his navy jacket and hat, so white and so crisp. Now I realize why I like him so much. In uniform, he looks just like father. He boards the other ship, salutes, and shakes hands with a man whose hair grows on his face. Not on his head in the color of flames. Whose hair grows on his face, not on his head in the color of flames. I had not known such hair was possible. We clap and clap as the ships draw together and kiss. Boxes and boxes pass onto our deck. Oranges, apples, bananas, cold, sweet, bubbly drinks, chocolate drops, and fruity gum, my favorite. The American ship tows our with A steel braid thick as my body. Our rescue is now certain. The party blossoms as food suddenly comes up from below. Ramen noodles, beef jerky, dried shrimp, butter biscuits, tamarind pods, canned fish, and drums of real water. Mother says, people share when they know they have escaped hunger. Shouldn't people share because there is hunger? That night I stand behind blowing blankets and pour fresh water all over my skin. How sweet water tastes even when mixed with soap. Very foamy and sweet. Golden fuzz. Water, still everywhere, but in the distance appears a black dot. We are told to pack our crisscrossed packs and line up in a single file, 20 at a time, board a motorboat, heading toward the dot. An arm extends to help us board, an arm hairy with fuzz. I touch it so real and long, not knowing if I will have another chance to touch golden fuzz. I pluck one hair. Mother slaps my hand. Brother Kwong speaks quickly in the language I must learn. The fuzzy man laughs. I'm grateful the boat starts to rock, so Mother hasn't the composure to scold me, not just yet. I rolled my fuzzy souvenir between my thumb and finger and can't help but smile. Tent City. We have landed on an island called Guam, which no one can pronounce except Brother Kwong, who becomes translator for all. Many others arrived before us and are living in green tents and sleeping on cots. We eat inside a huge tent where Brother Vu becomes head chef, and heating up cans of beef and potatoes tasting like salty vomit. We eat only canned fruit. It thick syrup, and everyone wants extras, but we get only a cup. Brother Vu somehow brings home a huge can, pumping it to work out his arm muscles. We eat straight from the can as I search for cherries and grapes. My favorite. Cherries and grapes, you know? We've been waiting. A routine starts as soon as we settle into our tent. Camp workers teach us English mornings and afternoons. Even we have to ourselves. We watch movies outdoors with images projected onto a white sheet. Brother Kwong translates into a microphone. His voice sad and slow. Even though slow and low rhymes. If it's a young cowboy like Clint Eastwood, similar to Flint Lockwood from the movies called Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs 1 and 2. Everyone cheers. If it's an old cowboy like John Wayne, most of us boo and go swimming. The Disney cartoons lure out the girls, who always surround Brother Vu, begging him to break yet another piece of wood. I can still hear them begging when I go sit with Brother Koi, who rarely speaks anymore, but I'm happy to be near him. Like, ma'am, someone should be kissed for having the heart to send cases of fish sauce to Guam. Everything is more edible with Newark, Mom. Brother Vu salts the beef and potato glue with onions and sprinkles on the magic sauce before serving the mess with rice. Lines extend to the beach. Someone catches a sea creature puffy and watery like a cucumber. Brother Vu slices it into slippery strips. And then, here we go. And stews it with seaweed and the magic sauce. So many appetites wake up that Brother Vu just has time to cook rice and serve it with plain fish sauce. people begin to cook as long as they can get a cup of New York Mom. Oh, Brother Koi hands it out in the same white cups at tea. Both dark brown, so of course I drink a gulp of the most salty, most bitter, most fishy tea ever. My head whirls and my breath stinks for days. I do not mind. Amethyst ring. Mother wants to sell the amethyst ring father brought back from America when he trained in the Navy before I was born. She wants to buy needles and thread, fabric and sandals from the camp's black market. I have never seen her without this purple rock. I can't fall asleep unless I twist the ring and count circles. Brother Kwong says, "No! What's the point of new shirts and sandals? If you lose the last tangible remnant of love." I don't understand what he said, but I agree. Some choose to go to France because many Vietnamese moved there when North and South divided years ago. Uncle Son says come with his family to Canada, where his sister lives and can help watch over us until Father returns. Mother knows his wife would mind. She tells him Canada is too cold. We stand in line to fill out papers. Every family must decide by tonight when fireworks will explode in honor of America's birth. Mother starts to write. Paris, home of a cousin she has never met. The man behind us whispers, choose America. Most opportunities there, especially for a family with boys ready to work. My mother whispers back, my sons must first go to college. If they're smart, America will give them scholarships. Mother chooses another tent city. We are flown to another tent city in humid, hot Florida, where alligators are shown as entertainment. The people in charge bring in Saigon famous singers to raise refugee spirits, but faces keep twisting with worries. For a family to leave, an American must come to camp and sponsor a family. We wait and wait, but Mother says a possible widow, 3 boys, and a pouty girl make too huge a family by American standards. A family of 3 in the tent to our left gets sponsored to Georgia. Guys, I'm losing my breath because it's the whole reading page I'm doing it right. The couple to our right goes to South Carolina. Newcomers leave before us. Mother can barely hear while Brother Kwong picks the skin at his elbows. I don't mind being here. My hair is growing, and as I've become dark and strong from running and swimming. Then by chance, Mother learns sponsors prefer those whose applications say Christians. Just like that, Mother amends our faith, saying all beliefs are pretty much the same. Alabama. A man comes who owns a store that sells cars and wants to train one young man to be a mechanic. He keeps holding up one finger before picking Brother Kwong, whose studies in engineering impress him. Mother doesn't care what the man came looking for. By the time she is done staring, blinking, wiping away tears, all without speaking English, our entire family has a sponsor to Alabama. Our cowboy. Our sponsor looks just like an American should. Tall and pig-bellied, black cowboy hat, tan cowboy boots, cigar smoking, teeth shining red in face, golden in hair. I love him immediately and imagine him to be good-hearted and loud and the owner of a house and the owner of a house and the owner of a horse. Because I already live in a house, you know. Part 3, Alabama. I did part 2 already. So unpack and repack. We're giddy when we get off the plane. Our cowboy, who never takes off his tall hat, delivers us to his huge house where grass spreads out so green it looks painted. Stay until you feel ready. We smile and unpack the 2 outfits we each own. One look at our cowboy's wife, arms, lips, eyes contorted into knots, and we repack. Let's stop there.